started.
It's going. Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Burke Stand, People Before Profit, by Sebastian Soto.
And John Walters. Hello, welcome to Econ Finance 101. Today we'll be looking at how a business should be run. So, what should a business put first? The people or the money?
The money, of course. It's all about the money.
So you say the money. Actually, you're wrong. And because you said that, we'll be looking at James E. Burke, who put the people before the money.
And who is James E. Burke?
James Burke was the CEO of Johnson & Johnson and led J&J through the Tylenol crisis.
And what is the Tylenol crisis?
The Tylenol crisis. It occurred in 1982 when a 12-year-old girl named Mary Kellerman died of a Tylenol capsule. There were 17 other reports of deaths that popped up around the Chicago area. Burke responded by setting up toll-free numbers manned by company employees. They sent over 450,000 telex messages to different doctors' offices, hospitals, and trade groups. They stopped all Tylenol advertising. This may have cost them a lot of money, but in the end, they saved a lot of lives.
So, they spent all that money for what? A couple of lives?
I'm glad to see you think so lowly of a human life. And the people stuck with the company and kept buying products because they thought he was doing the right thing. And yes, he did save a couple of lives, but these lives are the people that buy the product and make the company money. If you still don't believe me, we'll be looking at an interview with Mr. Burke. This interview will prove that Burke put the people before the money.
Yeah, sure. I highly doubt that.
Hi, we'd like to welcome a very special guest to the set, James Burke.
Hi. Nice to be here.
So, not long ago, disaster struck Johnson & Johnson's major product, Tylenol. Apparently there was cyanide found in these capsules. And you don't have a degree in medicine. How are the people supposed to know that you know what you're doing?
I may not have a degree in medicine and only a degree in marketing, but I know what I'm doing.
You say you know what you're doing, but how do others know that you know what you're doing?
My business and employees know and trust that what I'm doing is right.
There were deaths involving Tylenol, so the FBI and FDA must have got involved. What did they have to say about this situation?
Well, the FBI and FDA said that we should only take the Tylenol capsules off the shelves that were in the area. But I went against that and decided that we should take the Tylenol capsules off the shelf everywhere because I knew that was the right thing to do.
Very bold move, Mr. Burke. Most people would have done some sort of damage control, but you stuck to this plan. Why do you think it's the better option?
I put the people before the company, and I'm going to continue to do that. It's better because the people will trust the company and continue to buy Tylenol, and we will not sell a single capsule until we are 100% sure that Tylenol is safe.
Even so, Tylenol was at a high of 37% of the painkillers market and is now at a lowly 7%.
I know that once we get back on track and everything's back to normal, people will start to buy Tylenol once again.
I'm glad. That is all we have time for today, folks. I hope to see you in an interview again sometime, Mr. Burke. Now you can see that Burke put the people before the company, and that this was the right thing. He let the people know that what was happening, and this kept supporters on his side.
Well, was there any other bad thing that happened? It doesn't sound so bad right now.
Yes. On October 5th, Tylenol laced with a different poisoning called strychnine was found in California. This was an even bigger problem, because this meant people were finding different ways to lace these pills with different poisoning.
So, how did the company let the people know that this was going on?
The company reacted by recalling over $100 million worth of Tylenol. But in the end, the people thought he was doing the right thing and stuck with the company. Both the FBI and FDA opposed this wholesale recall, but in the end, Burke responded by saying,
I believe this is not the right solution to this problem, either from the point of view of the people, or the point of view from my company's business.
That was a direct quote from him, by the way.
Okay, so what I got right now in my notes is that he put the people before his company, and he didn't listen to what anyone else says, no matter what, like, he decided to stick with what he wanted to do. And he really made sure people wanted to stay and buy Tylenol. Am I right?
I'm glad to see how well you have understood how important Burke really was. And I've been browsing YouTube to find another video. But this interview takes place in 1987. Hi, I'd like everyone to welcome back a very special guest to the set, James Burke.
Hi, nice to be back. It's been a while.
So, a lot has changed in the past 4 years, give or take. You really have changed how people think of business management. You did something that not many people would do. You put the people before the money.
Yeah, I think that other businesses should follow this example. Sometimes you have to do not what other people tell you to do, but you have to do what you think is right.
Whoa, those were some inspiring words. You truly inspired me. You really have changed how people think of business management. You really have changed how people how people use over-the-counter drugs and how people package their products.
Yeah, maybe I'll have a project done on me someday. No, I'm just kidding. But in all seriousness, we needed to make sure that Tylenol was safe before anyone could take it. Because anyone wants to make sure they're safe before buying something, right?
Right. James, you saved over 100 lives. How does this make you feel?
I am honored to know that these people are safe, but I just wish we could find the people who did this.
Some people say you could have spent less money and saved the same amount of lives. What do you think about this?
Well, our stock rose because of the decisions that I made, and I wouldn't change the fact that that happened, or else we might not be as successful as we are now.
You really are. Wait. Sorry. Well, those were some important and inspiring words. You really are one of the greatest CEOs of all time.
That was interesting.
Sure was. That was one of the many things that go unnoticed in the business world. But there are some not so great things that go unnoticed in the business world, such as Chevron.
Chevron?
Yes, from 1964 to 1992, Chevron put the money before the people. They broke through the Amazon forest looking for oil. They ruined the forest and ruined a lot of people's lives. They didn't even realize what they were doing. And putting the people before the money could have really helped them. And buyers don't even want to buy their products anymore because of what they did.
So, it's over. It's done. Why does it matter?
Well, Chevron is still feeling the backlash of what they did, even today, from their consumers.
So, what you're trying to tell me is that they lost a lot of money. That's it?
You're missing the point. The point is that Chevron put the money before the people, and they messed up a lot. And putting the people before the money could have really saved them a lot of money and kept supporters on their side.
Okay. I understand that people bought Tylenol again, and that they got back to normal, and they're better than other painkillers like ibuprofen. But how did Tylenol get their customers back other than putting the people first?
It's a chain effect. Once some people started to use Tylenol and other people started to see them using Tylenol, they used it as well. It's simple economics. And Tylenol is at a record profit of
$16.3 billion. I know. I looked it up. You take forever when you talk. Jeez.
Fine, Mr. Smarty Pants, then why was Burke so important?
Well, to me, it seems like he left a legacy in a lot of ways. He changed the way that over-the-counter drugs are packaged. Also, he set a great example of how businesses should react to a situation like this. Also, he saved J&J from a time that they could have gone bankrupt from.
A plus. You really have learned a thing or two from this class.
Well, I'm just surprised. I'm surprised that a person like this, who made such a big impact, could go unnoticed. He should be considered a true American hero for doing the right thing and saving hundreds of lives.